The United Nations peacekeeping mission is about to leave from Democratic Republic of Congo. Hello, I am Mahlet Ayele, your host at Connect Africa, bringing you the latest from the continent. This time we are still in Eastern Africa. So DRC have made a statement actually during the United Nations General Assembly, where we heard the president itself, Felix Tshisekedi, making a speech in the UN asking the United Nations to leave as soon as possible. Now, the United Nations have been there, the peacekeeping mission, currently known as Monusco, have been there for decades. And basically the claim from the reason what's given from DRC is that nothing has been changed. It did not benefit their people. The displacement of the people, the killing, and even the rebels controlling towns have increased. In fact, there are more than 100 rebel groups right now operating in DRC. But the main one, what we all know, which is familiar from the Western media, is that M23. But there are like hundreds of them operating there. So they are saying while still this peacekeeping mission, the Monusco is there, they take town, people are killed, they are displaced, the IDP has increased exponentially, and then also the Eastern DRC, which is really the very, troubled part of the country, has been restless. So that is the reason. But when they ask the United Nations peacekeeping mission to leave, what they are saying is to replace the SADC group with the Southern African Development Community. But I just want to shed light also on the confusion that President Felix Tshisekedi is bringing into his country, and how he has been, inconvinced and confusing speech lately. He just won a very disputed election during the last month of the year, last year. Now, first of all, let's just go here and read some of the news, the articles, some parts of the article where it says UN says all peacekeepers will leave DRC by end of 2024. Now, in the first, they said they are dividing it into 3 phases. So in the first phase, which is April, we leave 2,000 UN troops. Now, the Prime Minister of DRC has made it clear that the UN peacekeeping mission leaving the country, all of them, does not mean that it's totally disengaging with the UN. So it does not end their engagement with the UN. Now, some of the things what has been said is that, look, the United Nations peacekeeping mission in the Democratic Republic of Congo, which has helped in fight against rebels for more than 2 decades, will completely withdraw from the country by December, meaning December 2024. Now, this is after 25 years. It's a peacekeeping is known as, in its acronym, Monusco. It will definitely leave the DRC no later than the end of 2024. This is Bintu Keita, head of the mission known as Monusco, said at a meeting briefing in the Congolese capital, Kinshasa, yesterday. Now, this announcement comes, of course, right after the disputed election in which Felix Tshisekedi has won again, so he will stay in office. So it comes after that. As I said, there are a number of armed groups, but the main one are M23 and then the Allied Democratic Forces. Another thing, what has been said from the DRC officials is that the withdrawal of Monusco does not necessarily mean the end of the fight we are undertaking to protect the territorial interest of our country. We must continue to struggle. That is what the foreign minister Christophe Lutundula confirmed during this news briefing. Keita also said that the end of the mission will not be the end of the United Nations in the country. Okay, now what is really this, confusing is that Tshisekedi has come lately a very confusing president of the continent. President, one of those presidents who are confusing with their speech, sometimes siding like as a Pan-African, sometimes siding with the region. Taking actions that make them look like they are Pan-African leaders, and then at the next time what is they're siding with the neo-colonialists. Now why I am saying is that for example, during the election, let me just share this with you. It was a very disputed one. Is the opponent, the opposition party leader, has said it will take. He will not. It's not a valid election, but somehow Tshisekedi is staying in power. Now, look, when he was re-elected, the first person to congratulate him is that President Emmanuel Macron. And you know that when the Western allies or the neo-colonialists are there uploading you and then also congratulating you, then you could know that you are really serving the interest of the neo-colonialists, not to the interest of your people. That is really most of the time it's very correct one. So this is why we say he has become a very controversial leader. Now, also on another occasion, Tshisekedi has, during his campaign for when he was re-running for a second term, he said that he actually threatened to invade Rwanda. And, he was saying things against President Paul Kagame. Now, you cannot say things like that in public, So he's definitely not playing his cards very well, by turning one government into another or against another, and then, threatening to invade a country, a sovereign country. So that did not put well into the hearts of his people and also to Africans. It's not a matter of supporting Paul Kagame or not, but you cannot threaten countries to invade sovereign countries within the continent. That was something where people already started to question what is the agenda of Tshisekedi. Tshisekedi not only did he threaten to invade Rwanda, he also kicked out the Eastern African Community peacekeeping mission from Congo, from DRC, saying that they will be replaced by the Southern African Development Community. Now, it was just last year that DRC became a member or a part of the Eastern African Community, and then immediately, or I don't know, a couple of months after, you are kicking out those peacekeeping mission, in which the part and parcel of becoming the member of that community or the Eastern African Community. So he has been really confusing and playing really a dangerous game, while still the country is a troubled one. Still a lot of things to be done to keep the security of the people. So let us know in the comment section, what do you think of Tshisekedi's action, recently kicking out the Eastern African Community peacekeeping mission, and also threatening to invade Rwanda. Now, he also won the disputed election, where the UN peacekeeping mission is now leaving the country, and now the Southern African Development Community is coming. Will they be able, financially to is it possible for SADC, to keep the peace, or whatever has been done by the UN, and then totally to replace it with SADC? I'm not saying I'm not supporting Sadek or being against Sadek. I'm just talking realistically. What do you think of these all actions at one time by Tshisekedi? He's basically siding with the neo-colonialists and being against the, creating this conflict within the region where his country belongs to. Let us know in the comment section what do you think of it. What do you think of this? For now, that was it. But I'll see you on the next one. Thank you again for tuning in, and please be a member of the channel. Go ahead and subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you will be notified. If you like what we bring you here, give it a like, and also please let's empower each other with information and knowledge. So share the video. If you want to help us further, go ahead and go ahead and donate to our PayPal account, which you find in the description section or in the pinned comment. Thank you again for being here. It's a ciao ciao for me.